Thank you so much, Jara. Thank you. As you can clearly see, I am not Ramona Beck. She will be joining us momentarily after we do the welcome for the service. But anyway, my name is Tim Krause, and I am a member of the worship team here at First Unitarian Church of Cincinnati. So welcome to First Unitarian Church. We're going to start our welcome again by reading our mission statement together. So if we could all join in doing that. Our mission at First Church is to welcome all with love, to support learning and spiritual growth, to serve our wider community, and to work for justice, equity, and inclusion. Given that mission, it doesn't matter our age, gendered or non-gendered identity, ethnic background, economic status, or citizenship status. We are all welcome here with an unconditional acceptance and an unconditional love. We are striving to build a beloved community that puts our values into practice. We also know and acknowledge that we do all of this on stolen land of people who still live among us. The Shawnee, the Miamia, the Delaware, the Wyandot, and so many others whose ancient artifacts still exist on this land. If you're visiting with us today, we especially welcome you. Please feel free to join us for coffee hour following the service, which will take place in the Ellen Hall room. Just follow the crowd and you'll know where it is. We would love to have a chance to get to know you and to tell you a bit about ourselves and our beloved community. And we always need that kind of social interaction practice. The flowers today are donated by Beth Lutz. Thank you, Beth. And it's in honor of the fresh starts of students who are returning to school. It's so good to see so many young people here today. Please see the insert of announcements in the section of the order of service for important information about upcoming events. Now, one thing I want to draw particular attention to for both of our congregations is that there is going to be a men's retreat. And this is a men's group that St. John's had started years ago, but there are members of First Unitarian who also were part of this men's group. So this is just one more example of how our two congregations have collaborated with each other over the years. And if you see on the announcements, there's going to be this retreat from 10 to 3 on October the 3rd. And to register for it, if you're a member of our church, contact Dan Schneider, and I guess even from St. John's would contact Dan Schneider. And there's information that you can receive from St. John's website, I imagine, as well as First Unitarian. So, also, please note that First U and St. John's will return to their home churches next Sunday on August the 30th. And that means that this will be the end of our summer shared services. I think it's been an absolutely wonderful experience for us to be able to come together as two congregations of similar mind. And it's just been a wonderful experience. I would also like to note that Reverend Karen Madrone will not be here today. She had things that make it impossible for her to be here, so we're doing the service anyway as a joint service, and Reverend Bridget is here to conduct that. So before we begin our service, let's take a moment to wave to the people watching us on YouTube and to greet each other. I'll bring us back with the singing bowl.
Hello, everyone in this beloved community. Before I begin, I'd just like to let you know that at First Unitarian, we practice oops and ouches. And I had a self-inflicted ouch this morning. And we're also incorporating yays. And now that I'm here, I could really appreciate a yay. Love y'all. Thank you so much. Now, chalice lighting, right on up. Our chalice lighting words today: a symbol of learning and love, come from Elizabeth Hardin. We, Unitarian Universalists, don't drink from our chalice. Instead, we use it to hold the flame. The circle of the chalice helps keep the fire small. The flame doesn't blind us. It doesn't burn us. It gives us light so we can see all the different things in the universe, even the invisible ones, because Unitarian, Universalist, flame is a light of learning. The flaming chalice is a symbol of learning and love. It's our symbol, the symbol of Unitarian Universalism. Please rise in body and or spirit and join in singing our opening hymn, number 21, in the hardcover gray hymnal, For the Beauty of the Earth.
All right. Today, for our message for all ages, we are going to do something special. So I would like to invite everybody who is going back to school, no matter how old you are, as a student, as a teacher, as a principal, I don't know, whatever other role you play at school. I'd like to welcome you to come forward. And if you brought a backpack or a laptop bag or a notebook or something from school, please bring that forward with you too. All right, you can put your backpacks and stuff right up here in this bag. So I brought a bag that is going to represent the bags for all the people who forgot to bring theirs or didn't know about it, or the people who are at home and watching. All right, so y'all can have a seat or sit in the front row or wherever you're comfortable. Excellent. Okay, that's a lot of backpacks. Whew. So how many of you started school this last week? Almost everybody? Yeah. How many of you have not started yet? Okay. So when we start school, there's lots of stuff that we usually have to bring, right? What are some things that we have to bring when we go to school? A ruler. Go ahead. A backpack. Colored pencils. A change of clothes. All very important things. Well, you know what we're going to send you with when you go back to school this week? We're going to send you with blessings. Does anybody know what a blessing is? Do any of the adults know what a blessing is? You can shout it out. A wish for good things. That's a good definition. So a blessing, in my mind, is a wish for good things. We think about someone or something, and we hope good things for them. And so we are going to send you with a whole bunch of good things, a whole bunch of blessings. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to think of some of those things that you might need that maybe you didn't remember to bring, and we're going to give them to you. So my first blessing is that a blessing of fun. I want you to take fun with you to school so that when you learn something new, you can go, whoa, that was cool. Or when you meet someone new, you can think, what a great new friend. Or when you try to do something at recess and you finally did it, you can be very excited. So, everybody, gather up in your hands a whole bunch of fun, wad it up into a ball, and throw it into their backpacks. Some of you in the back are going to have a good arm. That's just, all right. Now, what is another thing that you think that we should bless our children with? Patience. Patience is a good one. All right, everybody, gather up patience. Make it into a ball. Toss it into the backpacks. Whew. It's a good one. Is there anything you all think you need from us that we could put into your backpacks? Confidence. All right, let's pull out that confidence, put it in a ball, throw it in there. How about one more thing? Curiosity, courage, what was, sorry? Discernment. Okay, all these things, everybody gather everything up into one giant ball and toss it in the backpacks. Good job. Whew. So that is a lot of blessings that we just threw into your backpacks, right? Now, so that you don't forget, because you can't, it's hard to see these sometimes, right? So that you don't forget the blessings that we send to you, you each get to take one of these compasses with our UU sticker on it to remind you that we are with you on this journey. You don't have to take one if you don't want to, but you can take one, and at the end of the service, all the adults get to take one too. You can pick them up on the way out. Because we are with all of us. All of us are with all of us today. Oh, it's okay. Go ahead. You can take that, and you can take your backpacks, and you can go back and sit down. Okay. Whoops. Here you go, sweetie. There you go. You can just take one. It's okay.
Get one?
There you go. Good job. If you didn't get one, there's some at the back of the church that you can pick one up when you go, okay? All right, let's sing our children and youth. Let's sing our children and youth out to their classes with Go Now in Peace.
Blessings of the Learners is based on the words of Tiffany Faye Anderson. Blessed community. Love it. It's an excerpt, actually, it's the excerpt from the commencement speech at Dartmouth College, November 2020, by Reverend Fred Rogers. Well, what is essential about you? And who are those who have helped you become the person you are? Anyone who has ever graduated from college, anyone who has ever been able to sustain a good work, has had at least one person, and often many, who have believed in him or her. We just don't get to be competent human beings without a lot of different investments from others. In fact, from the time you were very little, you've had people who have smiled at you into smiling, smiled you into smiling. People who have talked you into talking, sung you into singing, loved you into loving. I'd like to give you all an invisible gift, a gift of a silent minute to think about those who have helped you become who you are today. Some of them may be here right now. Some may be far away. Some may even be in heaven. But wherever they are, if they've loved you and encouraged you and wanted you to be what was best in life for you, they're right inside you. And I feel that you deserve quiet time on this special occasion to devote some thought to them. So let's just take a minute in honor of those who have cared about us all along the way. One silent minute. whomever you've been thinking about, imagine how grateful they must be during your silent times. You remember how important they are to you. It's not the honors and the prizes and the fancy outsides of life which ultimately nourish our souls. It's the knowing that we can be trusted, that we never have to fear the truth, that the bedrock of our lives from which we make our choices is very good stuff. Now an anthem, What a Wonderful World.
You. The combination of the two choirs from St. John's and First Church, how beautiful. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry. For those of you who don't know, my name is Reverend Bridget Laflin, and I am the minister here at First Church. I use she, her pronouns. And as I was thinking about the people who Mr. Rogers described in the readings, who smiled me into smiling, and laughed me into laughing, talked me into talking, sung me into singing, and loved me into loving, I am so lucky to have had so many such people in my life. I have loving parents and siblings. I have a wonderful, supportive spouse and good relationships with my children. And I was raised in a small community in which there were many adults who were mostly from my church, who helped to support and shape me. The nuns who taught at my Catholic school were some of those people. For example, there was Sister Jeremy. She was my second grade teacher, and I always thought she was incredibly strict, and I did not like that. But she taught me some valuable lessons, like how not to waste things, and how to do the paper art of quilling, which is so beautiful. There was Sister Cheryl, one of the church's musical accompanists, who taught me some music theory to go with my piano lessons, and offered to let me play piano during the morning weekday masses, despite my very, very basic skills. There was Sister Anaclete, the school librarian, who taught me the rules of different sports when I had broken my leg and couldn't participate in PE classes. Everything I know about football and basketball, I owe to her. There was Sister Marietta, the school principal, who recognized and encouraged my strong sense of empathy and compassion. In fact, she was probably the first person to recognize the future religious leader in me. And it wasn't just the nuns. There were Ken and Mary Ann, some family friends who invited us out to their house in the country, where I learned important things like if you feed a grasshopper a tomato, it will turn red. And that it was possible to make a swimming pool out of a big hole, some very sturdy plastic sheeting, and some rocks. When I got older, there were Dave and Janine, our youth group leaders. They were people I trusted when I didn't think I could talk with my parents. They trusted me with responsibility, helped to develop leadership skills, encouraged me to explore a relationship with the divine that was unique to me. They gave me the confidence to help a friend through a mental health crisis and someone to call when I knew I was in way over my head. Those are just a few people who helped shape my life as a child and youth. Throughout my adult life, there have been countless others who have continued to support me in my lifelong journey of learning and adulting. And so very many of them are people I've met through church. So I guess what I'm saying is that I'm extremely blessed by those in my religious and spiritual communities throughout my life. I was shaped by the love and wisdom they shared, and through my relationships with UU colleagues and friends and congregations, I continue to learn and grow. Through work and participation in UU congregations, I've learned how to work through conflict without giving up out of frustration. I've learned how to accept criticism without too much defensiveness. I've learned about the experiences of others, developed more empathy and compassion. I've learned about privilege and oppression and how to fight for justice and equity. I've learned how to articulate my values and beliefs. So much of who I am today is because a lot of investments were made in me by a lot of other people. And I hope that the investments that I put into other people have helped to make them into better humans. And I know that I am lucky and incredibly privileged to have had the supportive and loving relationships, particularly as a child and youth. Many people don't have those experiences, and their lives are much more difficult because of it. So we gather here this morning, in person and online. We chose to give an hour or so of our lives to be here together in community. There are lots of things you could have chosen to do today. Why did you decide to come to church? If you're comfortable sharing, I'd really like to hear your reasons. Why did you attend church today? Community. Music. Church would be a better choice than cleaning her house, said her friends. First time to see me. Ooh, I feel special. To grow spiritually. Those are lots of great answers. Feel connected. To sing. Yay. We are looking for connection. We are looking for community, a place where we can fit in, a place to learn, a place to grow, a place to avoid household chores. We receive so many gifts when we gather together in love. One of the most beautiful things about beloved community, like the one that we're building here, is that not only do we receive those gifts, but we have the opportunity to give them as well. We have the opportunity to not only be accepted by others for who we are right now, as we are, but we can embrace others for who they are right now, in this moment, messy as it might be. We have the chance to learn, but we also have the chance to teach. We can receive love, and we can give it. We can find the support when we need it, and be that rock that someone else needs when they do. There will be some Sundays when the message in the service doesn't resonate with you. There will be days when we sing that hymn that you really don't like again. There may be days when you feel like you just didn't get much out of being here. And there might be days when you just think, I don't need church today. But on those days, I encourage you to think about what your presence here means to the other people in this community. Maybe the reason you need to be at church today is to help a child tie their shoe, or teach one how to make a flower out of a napkin. Maybe there's someone here today who needs to see your smile or hear your words of encouragement. Maybe there's a youth who's here today who wants to understand your perspective on something, or they want you to understand theirs. Maybe there's a tired parent who could use a hug and a cup of coffee and words of encouragement and just proof that you can actually get through this thing called parenthood. Because church is not only a place where we learn, it's a place where we teach. It's not only a place where we seek comfort, but a place where we provide comfort. It's a place where we can open up and be vulnerable about the things that we need and allow others to help us. I know that's not easy. It's a place where we don't keep score of how much we get versus how much we give, because we know that we learn and grow through both the giving and receiving. So I'd like you to think again about those people you thought about during the reading earlier, those people who loved you into loving. What are the gifts that they gave you? What did you learn from them? What did they mean to you? Let's take a few minutes to share the names and gifts you received with the people around you. We'll ring the singing bell to bring you out of your discussion. Y'all, there are so many smiles out there right now. Thinking about the people who have loved us and the gifts that we've been given, it just makes our hearts happy. And expressing gratitude for them is one of the best things that we can do in our lives. So all these gifts that we were talking about, all these lessons, can you pass them on? Can you be for someone else what that person or those people were for you? Will you try to smile someone into smiling today? Talk someone into talking? Maybe one of our kids or our youth. Sing them into singing or love them into loving. My challenge for you today is to expand your circle. Find someone you don't know well. Maybe someone who's different than the people you would normally talk to in coffee hour. Look around. Make sure that not one person is standing alone or sitting alone. We have an extra opportunity today to share fellowship with our beloveds from St. John's Church. So there are probably lots of people who don't know each other very well. Let's take time to learn about and from one another. Anyone who has ever been able to sustain a good work has had at least one person, and often many, who have believed in him or her or them. We just don't get to be competent human beings without a lot of different investments from others. May we be the people who invest in people, who believe in people, who recognize the inherent worth and dignity of all of us and love them just the way they are. So may it be. Today we're going to sing a new hymn. Yay! It's from the UUA's new virtual hymnal, which is an online compilation of new hymns, which is a huge resource that we have subscribed to. They continually add new things, so get used to learning. The words are going to be shown up on the screen, but there are some paper copies floating around for those of you that looking at the music is helpful. If you need a copy, the ushers have a few. You can raise your hands, and they will bring you one. Looks like we have one over here and one over here. I want to give a big thank you to Jera and all the choir members. In addition to learning the beautiful anthem that we heard, they all got copies of this song and worked on it so they could help us sing it today. So what we're going to do is we're going to try singing. We're going to try singing the chorus. Those who know it will sing the chorus, and then we'll have everybody sing the chorus together. And then after that, we'll sing the song all the way through. Feel free to join in on the chorus and or the verses, whatever you feel comfortable singing. So, first of all, we will start with the chorus. Everyone who knows it, feel free to join in. Everybody try that on the screen. It's the second half of the minus the first line. So it starts with my courage is your courage. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. going to try the whole song. Feel free to sing as much or as little as you feel comfortable. Please rise in body and or spirit. We will carry each other. Earlier, we gave compasses to the children and teachers to remind them that they have the whole church community with them as they continue on their journey of learning. As you leave today, I invite you to take a compass from the baskets at the back of the church as well and attach it to your purse or bag or key ring, because you too have a whole church community to guide you and to help you on your way. We will carry each other on our way. And when you leave the sanctuary today, please leave the song sheets at the back, on the back desk there, and we will reuse them next time we sing this song. We extinguish our chalice with words from Amy Zucker Morgenstern. In every person we meet, especially those who cause us discomfort, we find an opportunity to grow, to learn, to go further along the path of transformation that is our purpose in life. Every single one is our teacher. May the next week bring you many such moments of meeting that help you become the person you want to be. and may you welcome them with joy. And blessed be.